And he's gained good professional experience, hasn't he, Matt, in the last year or two?
Yeah, he has. He's come on leaps and bounds. He looked really strong against Craig Glover, and even against Richard Riakporhe. It was a razor-thin split decision loss, and Riakporhe on a good run and a big puncher. So I think Billam Smith, very solid, very durable guy, and he hits pretty hard too with, like you say, 9 knockouts coming in his 10 wins.
He's already got centre ring, trying to work the Thorley body and put the pressure on him straight away. Won the title in 5 rounds against Glover in Liverpool. He's trying to overwhelm Thorley here, not let him settle.
Yeah, nice right hand left uppercut combination off the ropes there from Thorley, but yeah, he's under a lot of pressure here from Billam Smith, who's setting his attacks up. He's not lunging in, he's coming in behind the double jab, he's feinting, he's giving a little bit of head movement. Intelligent pressure here from Billam Smith.
Thorley tries to pop another right hand over, get his own jab going. First big occasion for him, under the lights with the TV cameras.
I like the variation coming from the jab of Billam Smith. He's doubling up on the jab, he's feinting, he's jabbing the body, he's mixing it up, he's not becoming predictable with that left hand.
Thorley trying to establish his jab just out of range there. Is he ready for this moment? Thorley at 27, Billam Smith 3 years older. Jab, and again from Billam Smith.
Yeah, nice jab from Billam Smith. Thorley come back with a good jab then himself. A little bit static upstairs. Like to see a bit more head movement from Thorley.
You're just a bit tense, isn't he? Stiff in the shoulders. Unsurprising, really, Thorley, on the first real vital night for him as a professional. He's been so calm all week, though, Thorley. Really looking forward to this opportunity. Billam Smith as professional as ever under Shane McGuigan and the team.
Yeah, again, I like the head movement from Billam Smith. I like the feints that he's giving. He's mixing things up. He's not becoming predictable. He's not throwing the same punches. He's varying his attack. There's a nice right hand to the body.
Just trying to rough up Thorley, who goes down. And he's going to be countered that by Mark Lyson. Sort of a delayed fall, wasn't it? He just sort of bundled over. Good round for Billam Smith.
Yeah, that was good work from him, Billam Smith. Good positive start, got his jab going, came in nice behind the double jab. His head movement was good, his feints were good. He was jabbing to the body as well, so he was varying the jab. I think the knockdown was just a little, he created a little bit of room on the inside. He was a very short left hook. I think he double, tripled up on it.
Right, you're not throwing your right hand. Yeah. Throwing straight down the pipe, okay? Chest level. Let's get this jab going a bit more now. Don't let him talk you out of throwing your own jabs, okay? He's threatening, but you're not throwing your own jabs.
Gary Lockett, excellent trainer in his corner.
Yeah, just that short left hook there, just creating a little bit of room, using the forearm to nudge Thorley off him, creating that bit of room in a short left hook. So I think it was a good body shot there as well, the straight right hand.
Yeah, body shot on the inside, I think just troubled him, and then he was sort of bundled down. Not in big trouble or anything, but a big opener for Chris Billam Smith, who's settling well here in the first defence of his Commonwealth Cruiserweight crown. The black, red and gold of the man from Bournemouth. And looking for the right hand, and Thorley needs to get established and quickly here.
Yeah, again, a lovely double jab there from Billam Smith. Seems to have really found his range with that. He's not overreaching, he's just got it at perfect distance. And these are good body shots going in from Billam Smith.
Yeah, big right hand as well, and Mark Lyson already just starting to have a look at Nathan Thorley, who's being overwhelmed here. He was stopped in the amateurs, but he did have a great career there, unbeaten as a professional. But is he more of a natural light heavy in this cruiserweight class? And Billam Smith's strong and tough, and he has to go down again. Nathan Thorley, it's all proving too much here for the 27-year-old from Cardiff. Bravely on his feet, but worrying times.
Yeah, those are clubbing shots that he's landing there, Billam Smith, the right hand. I mean, they're partially being blocked by Thorley, but the sheer weight of them are still disorientating Thorley. Good left hook there from Billam Smith.
Yeah, getting through, isn't he? Good right hand from Thorley. Needs something to come back with, and sharpish, and he's opening up and swinging from the hip a bit, Thorley. Good jab, solid foundation from Billam Smith.
good right
That's a
hand.
nice right hand from Thorley, and that will give him and Gary Lockett plenty of confidence. That was his punch, his best one yet.
Yeah, he needed that just to settle in. That was a lovely 1-2 straight down the middle, and again looking for it.
Well, he's fighting fire with fire here, Thorley, after a terrible start. And look at this. Oh, that walks into one. Countering shot. Down for the third time in the fight. And this, the heaviest fall. The count's at 6. Gary Lockett's looking on. He's got the towel in his hand, and I think it's all over. It is. It was a shootout for about 40 seconds there at the end of the second, but Chris Billam Smith retains his Commonwealth Cruiserweight crown pretty emphatically, and Nathan Thorley is beaten for the first time. It was a step up, just a bit too much, too soon for Thorley.
Yeah, and also an impressive display from Billam Smith. He came out right from the first bell. He was very composed. He was looking to land that jab. He was jabbing the body. He was feinting. He was moving his head. He was trying to see what Thorley was going to counter with. He was thinking about his attacks. He wasn't just rushing in. He was setting them up behind the double jab, putting combinations together, and scored the knockdown at the end of the first round. But the knockdown just then, that got the job done. It was a 1-2 down the middle. Thorley had actually landed a lovely 1-2 himself just before that and was looking to land the same shot again, and Billam Smith beat him to the punch. He's landed and Thorley's missed. It was bang on the chin. It's the shot you don't see that does the damage, but that's a very, very good performance from Billam Smith.
He's a big puncher too, Billam Smith. A 10th stoppage win now in his 12 fights. There's the hug of respect between the pair. They've been excellent and respectful all week. Earlier in the round, Chris Billam Smith on the attack.
Yeah, those clubbing right hooks that, even though Thorley was partially blocking them, the sheer weight of them was still disorientating him. And then Thorley got back into it with that 1-2 there. That was a good shot. You see Billam Smith kind of smiling, which is almost like a nod of approval. Good shot. And then I think they both go to throw the right hand, and Billam Smith beats him to it, bang, right on the chin, and it's the shot you don't see that does the damage.
It was all over in rather a flash for Nathan Thorley, who tastes defeat for the first time as a professional. But hats off to CBS, and what a exciting cruiserweight division we have. And he is right in the mix, the Commonwealth champion. I think we're going to see some good things from Billam Smith as we go forward.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mark Lyson calls a halt to this contest. The official time of the stoppage, 2 minutes and 5 seconds of round number 2. Your winner by RSC, and still the Commonwealth Cruiserweight Champion, the gentleman, Chris Billam Smith.
11th victory for Billam Smith. Probably Lawrence Okoli, Richard Riakporhe above him. There's Tommy MacArthur, Dayon Juma, Jack Massey, Sam Hyde, the unbeaten Jordan Thompson. It's a great division, the cruiserweight mix. And he'll be looking forward to some excellent fights. We're looking forward to plenty more sport ahead across the Sky platforms. Not just boxing, but tomorrow and Sunday, the F1. The 70th anniversary Grand Prix. 1 o'clock qualifying, and the race Sunday, 12:30. Sky Sports Formula One. Wonderful weekend. The golf, the motor racing, the boxing. We've got it all on Sky, and Chris Billam Smith will be celebrating tonight with the McGuigans. Shane, Jake, Barry, the team. And a really good stable as well at the moment, with Luke Campbell, Anthony Fowler, of course, on the bill here, and Okoli. He'd have had great sparring. Next up, how good is this young 20-year-old? Hopey Price. one of Dave Colwell's young charges. Dave back for the second week in a row after that wonderful win he had with Jordan Gill on Fight Camp 1. Let's hear from Chris Billam-Smith. He's an intelligent guy and he's talking to Andy.
Chris, congratulations, you're still Commonwealth champion. Just talk us through the win and the performance.
Yeah, it's different, different with no crowd, but yeah, happy with the win, happy with the finish. I felt I was hurting him in the first round, not visibly, but I could tell when you're landing those shots, you know. Then obviously dropped him just at the end of the first, and yeah, just knew the finish was coming. He had a fight back, but as soon as he had success, I knew he'd get reckless, so I just walked him onto a shot.
Is this like anything you've experienced before?
No, I have boxed out in a tent in Brentwood when I was an amateur, funny enough. Got the win then as well, but no, unbelievable setup, very different with no crowd and not having my fiancée Mia here and that. So we're meant to be getting married tomorrow, so I'll send my love to her. But no, it's completely different and a great setup. It's wicked.
Is she watching?
I hope so.
I'll come back to you just on your future, but Shane McGuigan's here, your trainer as well. Shane, your analysis of that performance?
Yeah, I mean, Chris started fast. I think the game plan was obviously to try and take it to the later rounds and sort of use his feet and mobilise. But I think, Chris started so fast, hurt him early, and then, just his physical size and his punching power. I think he's a real force. He's been out sparring Marius Bredas. He only sparred Lawrence Okoli the whole way through this camp. Do you know what I mean? And he's the two of them are bringing each other on all the time, and I'm really happy with how quickly he's progressing. And I really want to push him onto European level now. I know the European level, European title is vacant now that Lawrence has vacated it. So I think we could try and push Eddie to get Tommy McCarthy against Chris Billam-Smith for end of the year for a European title shot. That's what we're looking at.
Shane, I'll let you go because I know you've got to obviously warm up Anthony Fowler. Chris, what is the #1 target for you? Is it a React Poor rematch, or is it a list of names there that Shane's just read through, which included Tommy McCarthy and a European title shot possibly?
I better get married first because we're getting married in 3 weeks today. But yeah, then after that, career-wise, I'm anything. I've trusted the team. They've looked after me superbly so far. We obviously will fight anyone. I think I've proven that already. But yeah, if that fight comes, that's a brilliant fight for me. I love that fight for a European title, such a prestigious belt like this one as well. So yeah, the fights are there. So whatever Shane and Eddie or whoever wants to do with me, then great, I'll take the fight.
Brilliant, congratulations and good luck for the wedding day.
Thanks, Andy. Take
Your
care.
toughest fight.
Indeed. Congratulations, though, to Chris Billam-Smith, a successful first defence of his Commonwealth Cruiserweight title there. Johnny, just how impressed with you? Too big, too strong?
From the off, it was completely different levels, and even though Thorley's unbeaten so far, he's not a fully fledged cruiserweight. You could see that with the shots that Billam-Smith, even just the simple jabs, he'd double it up, he'd treble it up. He hardly ever missed with a shot, and every shot affected Thorley, where Thorley thought, how can I get out of this? He was punching the confidence out of him, and that's what he eventually did, to the point of the stoppage where about 15 seconds before that, Thorley got a bit of success. He caught Billam-Smith and he came on and thought, yes, I've got him. Worst mistake ever, because that's when you open yourself up. And that's obviously what Smith needed him to do.
Do you think Thorley's caught between the two weight sizes, light heavy and cruiser? Is he sort of in between?
Exactly. I think, so light heavy, it's 12.7. Cruiserweight is 14.4. So if he's struggling to make 12.7, and he's probably stuck about 13.5 stone, and he's struggling to get below 13 stone, he's in no man's land right now. So he's either got to be patient or he's got to work a lot harder on the diet. Now, I think as a young man coming through, he's going to naturally fill out to be a cruiserweight. It ain't his time yet to play in this league because it showed where he stands.
What do you like about Chris Billam-Smith?
I think he's intelligent. He learns well. I think, especially with him having the opportunity to spar with Okoli all the way through this. You can't prepare with a more awkward, strong, gangly opponent, unpredictable. So that prepares you for almost anything. So when you get him with somebody that's jumped up from light heavyweight to cruiserweight, you're going to bully him, and that's exactly what we saw. So Smith is making sure he's learning something out every fight, something out of sparring, and bringing himself on.
Well, he's also been sparring the likes of Maurice Bradis, hasn't he? And he said the thing he liked about that was taking himself out of his comfort zone. Going there and doing that and experiencing that is making him a better fighter.
I will always applaud any fighter that does that, takes himself out of his comfort zone and takes himself away to be a sparring partner with the best. Because when you do that, what happens is it builds your confidence up. You know what you're capable of doing. So you watch when he comes out, he walks straight out with confidence. Nice, stiff jabs. When he's in tight, he's not panicking. He's comfortable up close and personal. He doesn't mind. He was far too strong, so he's used to dealing with heavier objects in front of him. Sets him up with a shot, sets him up with that right hand, and he couldn't miss. Eventually just chopping Thorley down, where Thorley thought he punched the fire out of him. He needed Thorley to make a mistake, and this is the point where Thorley made a mistake. Thorley thought, I've got you now. Now my time's come. And then he drew him on, boom. Walked him straight onto the shot, and that's exactly what you do. As a professional fighter, you learn your mistakes as you go through. Sometimes you know not to walk into the face of danger. Sometimes you jump straight at it. He uses experience of sparring and coming through to make sure he could take Thorley apart.
It's interesting as well, isn't it, what he said about fighting with no crowd and out in the open air, but it's all part of the learning curve, isn't it?
Professionalism. You've got to be in the stage where you might be in front of nobody. You might be in a hostile crowd. You might have the crowd behind you. It affects everybody differently, but you've just got to make sure when you get in the ring, you don't care about anybody else out there apart from your opponent. That's what's most important.
Well, Chris Billam-Smith, who will be a very happy man this evening. Someone that, well, isn't so happy will be Cain Baker. He was due to fight this evening, Akim Fiaz, but Fiaz pulled out through illness. He's with Andy Scott now. Let's hear from him.
Cain, first off, great to see you down here at Fight Camp. I'm sure you're bitterly disappointed. You probably should be boxing right now, which is probably rubs it in a little bit more. Just to explain the rollercoaster emotions you've been through in the last 24 hours since actually weighing in, going head-to-head and assuming everything was fine. Akim Fiaz obviously feeling unwell and taken unwell overnight, and the decision was made to pull him off the card. Just explain how you're feeling right now.
Yeah, it's been up and down, massive rollercoaster of emotion. But yeah, a lot of emotion. I've been upset, tears shed. But I've been allowed to come here tonight and watch and take it all in, soak it all up. I haven't got to fight, but just being here and part of it, I'm grateful and blessed to be here and just be part of it, soaking it up and watching it. And it's something special. It really is special. I know it's special. I watched it last week on the telly, but being here, it's just a special occasion. I can't wait to get my chance.
You've had all that outpouring of emotion and support on social media as well for some of the interviews that you've done. Like people's hearts go out to you.
Leads Ivan Drago, Hopi Price.
Well, we saw the attraction and class of Sheffield prospect Dalton Smith here last Saturday. Now the turn of another Yorkshire hotshot in the young multi-title amateur star Hopi Price. Entering his third professional fight. He's tall, he's talented, he's skillful, could be a potential champion. Definitely a career we are focused on, Matt.
Yeah, absolutely. Although I think it's still very early days. He's only 20 years old. He still looks very boyish. Technically, very gifted boxer. Won many international tournaments. You can see how well schooled he is. He judges that distance so well. He's sharp as well. But I think he's a kind of fighter. There's no rush here. You can take your time with him. I think he hasn't even got his man strength yet. But I think at the end of his career, he'll have had a very good one.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Matchroom headquarters, live on Sky Sports and DAZN, we are set to go with a special featherweight attraction. It's all being brought to you courtesy of Mr. Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing. We are sponsored by William Hill, StubHub, Wow Hydrate, WeBuyAnyHouse.com, PureGenics CBD, and JD Sports. Your timekeeper for this contest from Bromley is Mr. Bob Edgeworth, and at the sound of the bell, your third man in the ring from Gillingham, A-star referee, Mr. Ian John Lewis. And now, ladies and gentlemen, 6 rounds of boxing scheduled in the featherweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, standing with his head trainer, Charlie Oliver. He wears the white, gold, and black trunks. He scaled 9 stone 2 pounds 8 ounces. His professional record: 5 victories, 4 defeats. He has 2 wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Sandhurst, ladies and gentlemen, introducing Johnny the Matador Phillips. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands with his head trainer, Dave Caldwell. He wears the white with the red and blue pinstripes. This highly decorated amateur southpaw scaled at already 9 stone 9 ounces. His young professional record, thus far perfect. 2 fights, 2 victories, one of them coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Leeds, ladies and gentlemen, introducing Ivan Drago, Hopey Price.
No easy fights in fight camp, the Matchroom slogan. And Hopey Price looks to have a very early test to his fledgling career in the hands of the ambitious all-action brawler Johnny Phillips, who's won 5 of 9, carries a bit of power and certainly plenty of belief. Price with all the pedigree. But this is an opportunity on the big stage for Phillips, and he's going to give it everything, Matt.
Yeah, and straight away you can see Phillips comes out trying to be very aggressive. He's trying to bring the heat and stick it on Hopey Price. He wants this to be physical. He doesn't mind the clinches. He can rough and stick the elbows in and run the shoulder into the face. He wants a dogfight. He's not going to stand back and try and box at long range here against Hopey Price. He wants to get in on top of him and make this physical, rough and tough.
That could play into Price's hands. Sharp shooter from Leeds.
Yeah, just landed a left hook there, I think Johnny Phillips did.
Yep, Phillips is okay. He's decent, and he's also fought amongst the weights too. He scaled 936 first time yesterday, but he had to get weight off him in at 928. But he was about 10 stone last week, and I don't know what he'll be tonight, Matt, but he's a much more physical specimen than Hopey Price is.
Yeah, he looks bigger, definitely. I'd like to know what they're weighing on the night. And not only that, I think with Price, you've got someone who was an excellent junior as an amateur boxer, won many tournaments abroad, boxing for England. You can see how well schooled he is. He's got good speed, nice poise, but he's very, he's still got the boyish looks, and physically, I don't think he has his man strength yet either. So Phillips will definitely want to get close, keep it physical, rough and tough, and, you know, even be a bit dirty, whatever he has to do to try and get the win here. But he'll be certainly looking to take Price out of his rhythm. He won't want to stand back and give him room and time to let the Price, who is technically superior, keep him at long range, keep him on the end of those punches.
Yes, a southpaw jab from Price, but look at Phillips go in, heads banging together. Ian John Lewis is going to have his work cut out here, because Phillips is just going to really take the heat to Price in whatever way, as you say, he can.
Yeah, I was just going to say, they've got to be careful here with the heads banging together, the southpaw, the orthodox, that's standing on each other's front foot, and I wouldn't be surprised here if we see a few cuts.
Cuts or maybe points deducted. Rough and rugged is Phillips. So buoyed by this chance. All week he's been a really lively character in the quarantine of fight bubble, and he really believes that he can cause the upset here and that it's too soon for Price. That's a good work though from Hopey Price, just taking his time, picking his shots.
Yeah, that was nice. He just took that little half step back, allowed Phillips to fall into that no-man's zone, and just countered him with that straight backhand right uppercut combination.
Just out of range there, Price with the backhand left, but starting to get into his groove.
Boxing on Sky Sports, brought to you by Voltarol.
Is this an elephant? Is this a baby? Is this his hair? Is this helping? Is this my recycling? Is this going to continue? Is this climate change? Is this America? Is this Syria? Is this getting worse? Is this change? Is this illegal? Is this injustice? Is this coronavirus? Is this the whole picture? We question everything, so you don't have to. Trust what you see with Sky News. News with no agenda.
Boxing on Sky Sports, brought to you by Voltarol.
Welcome back to Brentwood in Essex. Hopey Price in with Johnny Phillips.
Yeah, there's that nice little half step back, caught him with the backhand right hook combination.
It's the white and gold of the 28-year-old Phillips from Sandhurst in Berkshire. His 41st round as a pro. Hopey Price only his 8th unbeaten into the Leeds Southpaw. It's the classy youngster against the more mature brawler who wins the day here. Trying to get his left hand free. Price with all the skills picked up as a wonderful junior amateur. He took so many accolades, Matt.
Yeah, very decorated amateur, won lots of titles. But you can see he's so well schooled. You can see he's trying to control that distance. Phillips, this is where Phillips needs the fight. He needs clinches, he needs to be physical. He doesn't want to stand at range. He's going to get outboxed and picked off. We can see Price just touching him with that jab, trying to lure him into making a mistake. He's going to look to take the half step back. He wants Phillips to fall into that no-man zone and just counter him.
What a wonderful tweet from Leonard Ellaby that just went out there, wishing Hopey Price good luck. Floyd Mayweather's right hand, of course. Leonard, one of the most senior people in boxing the other side of the pond, and obviously Hopey Price and Dave Caldwell have both impressed him and Floyd. Great to see, Matt.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't have much more higher praise than those two speaking about you.
And there is real promise in Hopey Price, as you heard in the interview earlier. He first had the gloves on as an 18-month-old doing the combinations in the gym at 4. 16 years later, it's professional fight number 3. He believes he's not just going to be a world champion, but a multi-weight world champion. A long, long way to go, but nothing wrong with ambition.
Now again, you see Johnny Phillips here using his physical strength, his maturity to try and roughen, tumble Hopey Price. He doesn't want to stand back and keep this at long range where Price can outbox him and pick him and feint him and lure him into making mistakes. He needs to be in on top of him, and Price just got to be careful as Phillips rushes in. He's trying to catch him in that no-man zone. He's trying to take that shift back with that half step and then counter him. But the minute Phillips is kind of managing to get in, he's rushing him and he's avoiding those punches. But I wonder, can Price start to time him a little bit better as he gets the read of him?
And John Lewis splits them up, just has a minor word with Phillips. And as he gets the room, Hopey Price begins to go to work and show us some of the quality that he possesses.
Yeah, this is better from him. He's getting a bit more room now, a bit more space, and he's picking his shots. There was a good body shot went in there from Price. I think at the start of the rounds, Phillips is fired up and he's rushing in and he's getting on top of Price. But then I think as we go into the second half of the fight, the round ticks away, he starts to slow down a bit, and that's when Price gets the room and he's able to control things with the long-range shots, and he's able to pick some body shots off as well.
Much faster, much more accurate and classy Price, but under sustained pressure at the moment from this revved up Johnny Phillips.
Boxing on Sky Sports, brought to you by Voltarol.
Fever Tree started with a simple idea. If 3/4 of your gin and tonic is the tonic, then shouldn't that tonic be made from the finest ingredients possible? That's why we go to the ends of the earth to find Mexican orange oils, the finest botanicals, African quinine, and pure spring water. It's why we make our ginger ale with a blend of 3 gingers, and why we will never use a single artificial sweetener or flavoring, ever. Fever Tree, because 3/4 of your drink is the mixer.
Boxing on Sky Sports, brought to you by Voltarol.
More of it, loads. Drink that, please.
Deep breathing in the corner, Charlie Oliver leading it backstage. Well, he's a busy guy tonight, isn't he, Shane McGuigan? He had Chris Billam-Smith winning by second round knockout. Anthony Fowler with a smile on his face. Loves boxing, doesn't he, Fowler? Good to have him back, and we'll see him in with Adam Harper, another lively underdog after this one. Look at this from Johnny Phillips. He's barging his way in. He's doing everything he can to make it uncomfortable for Hopey Price, but Price keeping his cool, Matt, and that's good to see.
Yeah, he is. I mean, Phillips certainly putting him under more pressure than he's been already in his pro career. Hopey Price. So this will be a good learning fight for him. That's a nice jab, just nice and poised, sharp, accurate, and they're the shots that keep Phillips at bay. They're the things that are going to make him keep him coming in. He's rushing in, lunging with the right hand, Price stepping back, but then he falls in and there's a clinch. So this is the kind of stuff Phillips wants. That said, Hopey Price having way more success. He's still outboxing him, but if Price can keep this pace and maybe get more physical and get a little bit closer, that's what he'll need to try and do. But so far, Hopey Price handling him well. That's a nice 1-2 right hook combination from him, and a good backhand as well down the middle.
Phillips has been in with Stephen Smith, went 6 rounds and got a big win over Chris Eubank's son Nathaniel Wilson at Wembley. Stopped him in the first, so occasionally springs the upset. His dream is to one day fight for the Lonsdale belt. Hopey Price fueled with bigger dreams than that. Nice work from Price.
Yeah, good straight shots. You can see he's got a good judge of distance. He finds that range nicely. Nice southpaw jab, just shoots it through. Kind of coming under the lead hand of Johnny Phillips. Shoots the jab underneath and then comes straight down the middle with the backhand.
Just trying to free his arms there, Price. To free his own hooks, Phillips, but he just doesn't have the same composure or accuracy that Hopey Price does. Ivan Price calls himself Hopey, but Team Drago is the nickname they're going with.
This will be actually a good learning fight for Hopey Price. You got Johnny Phillips who's coming in, he's rugged, he's holding, he's hitting, he's headlocking. You know, in the amateur game, the referee breaks all that stuff up. They'll pull you apart and they keep it very clean. In the pro game, you have to look after yourself on the inside. So this is a good fight at this stage in Hopey Price's career. Someone like Johnny Phillips, who's rough and tumble, hits after the bell, hits low, sticks the head in, holds and hits. This is a necessary opponent that you need to face on the way up to get used to this type of stuff.
Really like the way he doubled up the jab a few seconds ago. Hopey Price.
Boxing on Sky Sports, brought to you by Voltarol.
Co-op is on Deliveroo. Get your everyday essentials delivered from your local store straight to your door in as little as 30 minutes. Deliveroo, here to deliver.
Ladies and gentlemen, we like to welcome to you.
Time to get back on now.
Special uninvited guest. Dance with the mantras, no slim chances.
NBA continues live on Sky Sports. Feel it all.
Boxing on Sky Sports, brought to you by Voltarol.
Light changing at fight camp and backstage. That's Adam Harper. Really enjoyed spending time with him this week in the bubble. Really fascinating character, and we'll be in with Anthony Fowler. He's called for the fight. Tonight, he gets his wish. Second half of this 6-rounder in the featherweight division, the predominantly white striped trunks of Hopey Price and the white and gold of Johnny Phillips. Price looking for his 3rd victory. He's won everything so far, or Matt's unofficial card. His 3rd fight, Joel Sanchez, was the first one in Manchester, and Sfedi Mohammed out on the AJ Ruiz 2 bill, and he was there all week in Saudi Arabia, wasn't he, working the media and gaining that experience with Dave Caldwell.
Yeah, and that's all part of it too, being on these big bills, the preparation, the weigh-in, the day of the fight, being around fight week, learning to relax, you know, he's done really well so far. It's early days. This is only his third fight, but he's learned more in this fight, I think, than the previous two. Johnny Phillips has really come out here. He has tried. He's lunged in. He's tried everything he can, but he hasn't been able to knock Hopey Price out of his rhythm. Price boxing well. Again, stepping to the side, stepping round. Didn't quite get the move off, but you can see the intention was there. He's a nice, skillful boxer at long range. There's only one winner here.
I don't think many would disagree with your cards so far, but we have got to change this week. We've got the Perspex screens up because some of the fighters and maybe even the judges could have heard last Saturday, and we've just put a bit of Perspex up to stop the sound traveling. I think it was the wind as well last week. I think one or two fighters heard your dulcet tones, Matt, or maybe mine.
Yeah, the Bromy accent. What can you do?
Interesting couple of days with John Pegg afterwards.
Oh, absolutely. Me and John had it back and forth.
Great trainer, John Pegg. Great performance from Sam Eggington. Just got edged out by Ted Cheeseman. What a fight that was to top Fight Camp 1. And we hope we'll have another couple of crackers after we conclude this one. Hopey Price in a handy lead here against Johnny Phillips. Right hand there. Never going to be easy against the battle-hardened Sandhurst man in his 10th professional fight, more experienced and more travelled than Hopey Price, but Price the standout amateur as a youth. He turned pro young though, didn't he, Price?
Yeah, he does, and there's a lot of maturing to do in him. You can see that he hasn't even got his man strength yet, but he's very well schooled. He's got some nice skills here as well. Every time they get on the inside, he manages to spin out and get behind Johnny Phillips. He controls the distance. He's landing some good shots down the middle. The jab particularly and the backhand, really good straight shots. Nice body
good
shot
body
there.
shot with a right hand from that southpaw stance. He's going to be tricky to fight, isn't he, Price?
Yeah, because he's fast. He's got good hand speed. He throws nice body shots. He doesn't waste much. He judges the distance so well.
Stunning sunset. What a location for boxing. Charlie Edwards with some advice. The backhand uppercut. Yep, that's a good spot.
Yep, the little half step. He's kind of overshooting with the straight shot. The uppercut would be, I think, would land lovely. But the straight shots are nice. The jab's good. The straight left hand down the middle's good. But he is ducking down, so maybe he could bring the uppercut into play.
Second round, round 5.
6 minutes to go. This 6-rounder, furthest Hopey Price has been in a professional ring. 5 times Johnny Phillips has gone this distance, so I think we all felt beforehand that it would be long. This Price utilizing his skill set and just relaxed and improving round after round. It's all happening in Leeds at the moment. Nicola Adams, of course, was a excellent fighter from that area. It's been a hotbed of late with Josh Warrington and young Jack Bateson following as well. It used to be, didn't it, about 20 years ago with the likes of Derek Roach, Crawford Ashley, Henry Wharton from York. But it went for a quiet spell, and Leeds is now back, and Leeds, of course, back in the Premier League. So hopefully when crowds come back, we should get some good nights up there.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to some of those. But this is a good performance from Price because, you know, Johnny Phillips has come out and he has tried to get close to him. He has tried to be physical, but Price has tamed him. He's hitting with good straight shots. He's controlled the distance with that southpaw jab, and particularly the left hand down the middle. He's also landed some good body shots. So this has been a decent fight for him at this stage in his career. It's only his 3rd professional fight. It's his first 6-rounder, and I think it'll have been a good learning fight for him.
Yeah, I think they all felt it was a slight risk, this, put together at just a week's notice. But Price has showed composure to deal with that.
You've got to remember, Johnny Phillips is an experienced guy. He's been 6 rounds with the likes of Stephen Smith, and that was up at lightweight and even probably above the lightweight limit. So, you know, Price who's smaller, he's younger, he's inexperienced, you know, and he's tamed him, he's kept him at bay, he's taken the fire out of his belly.
He's flowing as well now, Price. Pickpocketing Phillips with his classier work. He watched last week as Jordan Gill was, well, beautiful, wasn't he, in his performance against the very decent Reece Bellotti. We thought that would be a lot closer, but Gill was superb last Saturday. And Dave Caldwell's charges doing well for him.
Yeah, I like the way Price just got under the shot there of Johnny Phillips, got underneath him and then spun him and got back into the center of the ring. So he's done it again there, just turning him nicely on the ropes.
A lot of people were talking about Hopey Price all week. It was a melting pot of trainers in the bubble. Matt, we had obviously Joe Gallagher, Steffi Bull, Shane McGuigan, Dave Caldwell, Jamie Moore, Gary Lockett, a who's who. I wonder when Adam Booth was going to walk in.
Yeah, a lot of personalities there in a small place.
Still trying, wild and woolly from Phillips. And moving well now, and good body work from Hopey Price. The aerial shot above Matchroom HQ. What innovation. You got to take your hat off to Eddie.
Oh, absolutely. Well, completely. I mean, it was great imagination, great ideas, but to then put it together and execute it and to pull it off and made good. And these are good matches as well. You know, we've got travel restrictions, but these are good domestic fights.
Do you think that's why he had a call from Frank Warren this week? Frank wants a part of this as well. They're talking about some big fights, aren't they? If the two of them can chat and meet up.
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't mind seeing some of the ones they were talking about.
Corners, 10 seconds. Seconds out, 6th and last round.
Just a reminder for the Gum Shield, and the final round commences again. Phillips just goes straight in, leaning on his chest. Rice smiles through the Gum Shield. I wonder what he'll feel of sharing a ring with Hopey Price, having been with the others.
Well, he's been in with some big names before, like I said, Stephen Smith, former world champion, and that was up at heavier weights, I think at lightweight or even above the lightweight limit. So, you know, he'd have probably thought here in boxing this, yeah, he's a good, talented kid, but he's only a kid. He's only had a couple of fights. I can get out there, I can get on top of him, I can ruffle his feathers. And he starts the round really quick. You know, it's like he's been fired up again after the minute, chatting between the rounds, but literally 30 seconds into the round and Hopey Price has him tamed again, has him under manners, has him on the end of that jab and just controlling the distance, keeps that lead hand out there and doesn't allow Johnny Phillips now to get in on top of him too much. And when he does, they come together, there's a clinch. And then once he gets back at distance, that's when Hopey Price is too much again. And those sort of shots, someone like Hopey Price is going to see them coming a mile away. Good body shot. Just looking for the left hook. Then you see him just pouring with the lead hand, the southpaw jab, just trying to set him up for that backhand. Usually it's straight down the middle, he throws it, but he looked for that looping left hook around the side that time.
A spring in his step, head and body work from the impressive Hopey Price, who first went into the gym at 4 and is 20 now. So 16 years of boxing, excelled as a junior, won 7 national titles as a youth, but didn't wait around for the next Olympic cycle. He's decided to go the hard way, to turn professional early. They persuaded Dave Caldwell to train him. And he has a very bright future on what we're seeing here. A huge journey ahead of him and really embryonic days, but we like the look of him.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, keep it in perspective, Johnny Phillips is someone that he should beat Hopey Price, but, you know, it's his 3rd fight. He is experienced, he's mature, he's coming down in weight, he's strong, and Hopey Price has dealt with him very, very well. He's never looked in any trouble, and it hasn't been for the want of trying from Johnny Phillips. He's come out at the start of every round. He's almost sprinted across the ring. He has tried every old pro trick in the book, but Hopey Price has nullified him on the inside. He's spun him and turned him off the ropes, got back into the center, and at long range, he's been picking him apart.
Hurled in about 4 or 5 body shots there. Johnny Phillips to no avail. He's tried everything he knows, but Price talented and a level, maybe a couple of levels above in terms of boxing ability. Phillips brave and strong, and it'll always be valuable, especially against these prospects. As he tries to charge in, he's got wins at his own level, but he can't get the better of Hopey Price. He's made it work for 6 rounds, but Price, for us, winning everything. You see how tired Phillips is. And well played to him for coming in at short notice and being a character. He was in the diary room in the bubble, and he was singing and dancing and providing lots of entertainment. But unfortunately, on the night, he just wasn't good enough.
No, he came with everything he had. He tried. Like I said at the start of every round, he was coming out quick and he was trying to jump on Price. He was trying to old man him out of it. He was trying to force a pace. He was trying to hold and hit. He was trying to stick the shoulder in. But credit to Price, he didn't. He's always kept that distance. Nice half step, spun him, turned him. Lovely 1-2 down the middle, snapping the head back. See another angle of it here. He just uses that lead hand, spins him. Yeah, and backs him up into the corner and snaps his head back. And I think Johnny Phillips nods. Yeah, you got me there.
Big smile from Hopey Price, and good early education for the Leeds youngster. You're very good, he tells him. That's nice of Johnny Phillips.
Yeah, that's Charlie. No, don't you, John?
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of boxing here at Matchroom HQ, we go to referee Ian John Lewis's scorecard. He scored this contest 60-54 for your winner and still undefeated Ivan Drago, Hopey Price. And her opponent across the ring fighting out of the blue corner. She is the defending champion, and she stands with her head trainer, Steffi Bull. She wears the white and green. She scaled 9 stone, 3 pounds, 3 ounces. Her professional record, a perfect one. 10 fights, 10 victories, 5 of them coming by way of knockout. She fights out of Denby. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the reigning, defending, undefeated WBC and IBO Super Featherweight Champion of the World, Terry Belter Harper. Harper.
Ryan Rhodes. Indeed, she is a class act. Spencer Oliver. And she is a very, very live underdog, Tasha Jonas. History in the making here in the Matchroom Garden. The first world title between 2 British women ever. The first world title over here since lockdown. And one of the first times 2 of our finest female fighters are topping a huge bill. It's wonderful to see as Terry Harper and Natasha Jonas clash for the WBC 9 stone 4 crown. Really been looking forward to this, Matt.
Yeah, and Jonas has come out quick here. She's took the center of the ring, and this is a sharp start. She's looking to drive that straight left down the middle.
7 knockouts in her 9 wins. She can punch, and she can punch early. Predicted in the build-up that it could be a stoppage in the first or second rounds in her favor.
Yeah, again, coming straight down the middle with that left hand. You can see she's trying to take that center of the ring. She's trying to edge forward and pressure Harper with her feet, just edging closer, feinting as well. Good head movement.
Both in tip-top condition. Jonas has been sparring with Chantel Cameron. Terry Harper has done a lot of work with Jason Cunningham, the southpaw. Harper, I thought, looked fantastic on the scales. You can hear Steffi Bull, Joe Gallagher. They're so involved as well, entwined in the story.
Yeah, both very passionate, but again, a lovely left hand
shot
there from Jonas.
Yep, beautiful backhand, Natasha Jonas. And she is looking extremely focused and sharp early doors.
There you go.
Yeah, it's been a good sharp start from Jonas. She really is. Good hand speed as well there. Throwing in combinations, having the better coming out of the clinch.
That one defeat, yes, but she does have so much pedigree. Natasha Jonas. Can she put it all together on her biggest professional night? Harper just rushing in. We know what she's good at, establishing the jab, fluidity, rhythm.
Yeah, been a good first round from Jonas.
Boxing on Sky Sports, brought to you by Voltarol.
The sun. A source of life across Earth. And nowhere is it closer than at the equator, where its energy produces life at its most beautiful, bizarre, and brutal. Equator. All episodes available Sunday on Sky Nature.
Boxing on Sky Sports, brought to you by Voltarol.
She's not landing half the shots, all right? Good. Lovely.
Corners, 10 seconds.
Yeah, lovely backhand there from Jonas. That was a really good shot for her in that first round.
Round 2.
11th outing for Terry Harper, the WBC Super Featherweight champion in the first defense of her title.
Good leg.
And the 11th for Natasha Jonas. 13 years between the two of them. Jonas at 36. The opportunity has come late for her, the mother of one, Mila. Great role model for Liverpool. Terry Harper, the same in the Deneby area of Doncaster. Well, they'll be cheering her on tonight. Lovely left hand from Natasha Jonas, and they believe that Harper was hurt early in her world title victory, and they believe she's a little bit fragile. And there goes Jonas with the left hand again. And this is a really interesting start and a super start for Jonas.
Yeah, good left hand and a good right hook as well. She put a nice three-punch combination together there. This has been a really good start from Jonas. Really positive from her.
Feet. That's his cut now, Teddy. Take your time, step to your right.
There's blood by the eye of Jonas somewhere in that.
No, go down. Position to the seat. It's a nasty cut, Teddy.
It's a nasty cut, Terry, saying Steffi Bull in the corner. Was that a clash of heads, maybe? That will give Harper confidence. How will that affect Natasha Jonas, who was stopped badly by Vivian Oberhoff in 4 rounds? Oberhoff, who then lost to Harper, and that was fairly one-sided. Good right hand from Jonas.
Good work from Harper. That was a nice right hand left lead. Right hand backhand, then coming back with the left hand to bring herself back on balance, and it snapped the head back of Jonas. This is a closer round now. Jonas started well, Harper's coming back into it.
Lovely Terry, says Steffi Bull. Good inside work, and she's moving and utilising the ring well now, Harper. Yeah, one apiece, I think.
Big breath, don't panic, it's all right.
Okay, I'm not.
Good. Listen, all they've got to go try and aim now is that jab all the time. Don't want you to be desperate. But you're not. I mean, it's 1-0. She's landed a few shots, but they weren't nothing big. Do you know what I mean? Okay. But she's reacting more when you're landing. Okay. It's showing you that you're carrying the power. Yeah? All right, when you're thrown, keep your head down. When you're thrown, don't lift up. Okay. All right? Yeah. Come down. All right, and don't have to be desperate. When she wants to throw, you don't have to throw with her. Go for a walk, front foot, 1, 2, 3. Okay, do you understand? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, go with your feet, all right? Yeah. And remember what I said to you, every time there's the back of the head, those feet are just putting the head on you, complain. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's all right, it's off.
Corners, 10 seconds.
Interesting, listening in, Joe Gallagher, trying to keep Natasha Jonas nice and cool and calm despite the cuts, which was caused by a punch, said Victor Lachlan, into the third. There's that left hand, which is fast from Jonas, and all the reports are that she's looked brilliant in sparring, especially in the latter part of camp. But Harper has such a good engine on her. Body shot from Jonas.
Nice right hand there
Terry
from
Harper comes right back at her. Look at this for action here in the third.
And Jonas comes back with a good right hook. Good exchange here. Both girls landing hard shots.
Blood trickles down the eye of Jonas, but they are going to war, the pair of them.
Nice right hook counter there from Jonas. That was a sharp, accurate right hook as she walked onto it.
Yeah, picked it well, but back comes Harper with a combination. And to the body as well, trying to overwhelm Jonas.
Beautiful, Terry Harper. 10-round fight, 10-round fight. Watch this slow down. There you go, composure. Round the sides. Feet.
First couple of rounds were very tactical. You could see they were trying to control the distance. They were trying to counter as the next one. The other girl came in and out of range. They were trying to battle for that centre of the ring. But in this third round here, they've both been happy to exchange.
GB legs. Whoa! Come on, give it pace. She's gone now. Where's she gone? Touch.
Left hand from Jonas. But Harper looks strong in the legs and on her feet, and that's important for her over the 10-round distance, which Jonas hasn't been.
Close round this. Both landed some solid shots, but I think Harper had the best.
Boxing on Sky Sports, brought to you by Voltarol.
When you're lost in the price comparison universe searching for car insurance, even X-ray vision might not reveal the best deal. Come back down to earth and come direct to Direct Line. You could save up to £170 and get car insurance that really solves your car problems. So oops, oh dear. Don't worry, we're on it to get you a tow truck and a taxi to get you to where you were going, as long as it wasn't space. Search Direct Line Car Insurance. We're on it. Direct Line.
Boxing on Sky Sports, brought to you by Voltarol.
Good. Get the jab, all right? Anything that comes, you counter it, all right? But don't be sloppy. You went wide with a lead hook. Don't be throwing lead hooks, yeah? All right? Shoot that backhand and come back up.
Don't be sloppy. Joe tells Tasha Jonas, who also informed her that he believes she's 2-1 down, and that's probably right.
Yeah, that's how I'm seeing it. I think she landed some good shots in that round, Tasha Jonas, but I think her defence is... sloppy is probably the right word that Joe used. She got a little bit leaky with defence. She's got caught with the sharp counters from Harper. She's looking for that backhand down the middle, though. It's a good, solid, hard shot when she lands it.
Good right hand from Harper. This the session where Jonas suffered her defeat to Vivian Obernauf, and mentally it was a difficult one to recover from. 3 wins in a row since, but Harper winning that world title against Eva Volstrom in Sheffield in February. The woman in real form, and of course the freshness and ambition of youth as well. It's been an incredible rise, hasn't it, for Harper?
Yeah, it's been brilliant. I mean, she's been active. She's got better and better each fight. And that's what you want to see in a fight. At 23-year-old, she's still world champion, but she's very much still improving.
Really close and hard to separate them. The judges use a favour the champion. There's the bomber, Tony Bellew, supporting Tasha Jonas, as of course the Smith brothers will be, and the whole of the Joe Gallagher stable and the city of Liverpool. Good work from Jonas.
Yeah, good combinations from her. Nice left hook back from Harper, and again Jonas comes back with the right hook of her own. Good stuff here in the 4th round.
Fiercely determined here, and
there you go.
looks so fit as well, Jonas. It's a really intriguing affair, this. Harper was a big favourite beforehand with the bookies. Tasha Jonas said she would make a mockery of them. Both women predicting the knockout.
Good, you won this.
Clever boxing from Natasha Jonas.
Boxing on Sky Sports, brought to you by Voltarol.
Is the sun lopsided and the birds fly sideways, and I shake the sky with a heavenly smile on my face, and we plant these seeds that we call ideas, and they grow like trees bearing fruits on twigs. Imagination, I'll live in this imagination now.
Boxing on Sky Sports, brought to you by Voltarol.
Don't forget to shoot. Once you're stepping back, she's actually, sorry, she's dropping her hand. She's at the reset.
10 seconds.
Yeah, I think that's where the cut landed, that left hook, or was it the right hook there?
Round 5.
Yeah, I think it was a left hook.
Close this one into the 5th for the WBC Super Featherweight title. Terry Harper in the white and green, and the white, red and blue of Natasha Jonas.
Stay tight. Stay tight. Good girl. Good shot.
Inside work as well. Who's that going to favour?
Stay tight now. Stay tight. Stop.
I don't think anyone's having the upper hand now. They're both coming back with good shots. I think Jonas landed a good right hook on the inside, but Harper certainly came back.
All level on Matt's unofficial card. 3 judges, John Lathan, Ian John Lewis and Mark Lyson at ringside. Slightly low from Jonas there, but she's trying to work the Harper body, slow those legs down. Harper responds with head attacks.
Yeah,
it's a good one, this, Matt.
Yeah, very much so. Catching fire. 2 good right hooks from Natasha Jonas, head and body with them.
Winding back the years, Natasha Jonas here.
Yeah, she's keeping her hands up nice and high. Good left hand as well, straight down the middle.
Both corners screaming encouragement here. With no crowd, you can hear them. Uppercuts, they're swapping in there.
Yeah, there's some good body shots and good short work from Natasha Jonas. The uppercuts up the middle. But Harper firing back as well, giving as good as she's getting.
Plenty of volume from Harper. Jonas picking some eye-catching punches too. Left
good
hand
left
from
hook.
Jonas was good.
Oh, good uppercut from Harper, and again with the left uppercut.
Fantastic action here at Matchroom HQ. Great work from Harper as Tasha Jonas is pulled on the ropes, and she suddenly looks a little bit tired as she goes down on the stool.
Boxing on Sky Sports, brought to you by Voltarol.
This stay-at-home hero is buying a used car online from Kazoo. It comes safely delivered to his door, so he doesn't have to move a muscle.
Kazoo.
Oh. Can you buy a used car without leaving the sofa? Kazoo, yeah you can.
Boxing on Sky Sports, brought to you by Voltarol.
Yeah, boxing really well, all right.
Corners.
Yeah.
10 seconds.
Yeah, good. Don't switch off.
Great round, Matt.
Brilliant round. Really good from Jonas. Landed some good short stuff, but Harper finished the round strong too. Landed some good work of her own body and head shots. The uppercuts up the middle as well were really good from Harper.
Second half of this World Super Featherweight title, Terry Harper making the first defense of her WBC crown. The WBO champion Eva Brodnicka has just been signed by Matchroom, so maybe the target there, should she come through this against a fired up and sharp Natasha Jonas. We know all about her quality from the amateur game and the amazing Olympic night when she pushed Katie Taylor. Didn't get the win, but a phenomenal atmosphere at London 2012. But you wondered in 2020 what she'd have, and she's put everything into this camp.
Big shot. That was a beautiful left hand down the middle from Natasha Jonas.
Lovely shot, but hustle and bustle from Harper. Punches punches in bunches, but Jonas digging in as well. Good uppercut from Harper. Again, intense action in the centre of the ring here in the Garden.
Yeah, good exchange there, but Jonas had the better of it. That was her right hook was the best shot of that exchange. Again, looking for the right hook and trying to loop that left uppercut into the body of Harper. Good uppercut from Harper.
Yeah, lovely shot on the inside and a good body shot. Jonas sucking it up. Last week we had a terrific battle between Ted Cheeseman and Sam Eggington. And this time the women are doing us proud as they go right at each other with quality as well, Matt.
Yeah, well, Jonas started so sharply and she's still going well here. Oh, beautiful right hand from Harper.
Lovely shot from the Deneby lady, Terry Harper. And look at this. This is the volume, the energy that she's got. The commitment as they both fight as the bell goes.
Yeah.
Brilliant, this.
Yeah, two great hooks there from Jonas off the ropes on the bell.
Yeah. Oops, sorry. Okay. Big breaths. Okay. Yeah. Boxing lovely. You can't switch off.
Yeah.
All right. She'll come with these mad darts just with that right hand when she's moving right, then she'll come. She'll move left, and then she'll come. You've got to be aware of it. And when you're going back, you're opening up. Stay tight. Front foot.
Yeah, that was a beautiful straight left hand that she landed. And we're seeing an angle there of Harper landing a lovely right hand.
There's Jenna at home, cheering Terry on. She's such a character at ringside, isn't she, that we miss her.
All right.
Yeah, living and eating, sleeping, breathing it, throwing every single punch with her.
Come on. Come on.
The Deneby faithful, and of course all Natasha's family and fans watching back in Liverpool from the Toxteth area, one of 6 siblings. Of course, Nikita Paris, her younger sister, the excellent footballer, will be watching on. I think she's out in France, the England player. 7th round. This is where Terry Harper believed she would get the stoppage. And you've got it absolutely level, Matt.
Yeah, really close. That last round was another. I mean, all these rounds are close as well. That last round, I thought Jonas started well. She landed that lovely left hand, which snapped the head back of Harper. Harper came back into it, but I like the earlier work of Jonas. Good body shots from Jonas.
Yeah, volume at times from Harper, but some of the quality of Natasha Jonas has been excellent tonight. A reminder of how good she was, Miss GB, and how she's really put it together for this big professional night. When people wrote her off, and she didn't mind that one little bit. The underdog's tag. Harper with the right hand, that was good. Is this where she begins to take control with more experience over the longer distances as a pro?
Jonas has fought so well on the inside. She stays nice and tight defensively. She's been throwing good uppercuts into the pit of the stomach. She's been short hooks up stairs. She's been throwing short combinations. Just got to be careful when she pulls out sometimes. That's when Harper's catching her on the way out.
Come on, don't switch off.
Don't switch off, says Joe Gallagher. Beautiful, says Steffi Bull. Living and breathing it from the corners. And I hope everybody's enjoying it at home. This is terrific.
Yeah, nice crafty left hook there from Jonas on the inside. Good uppercut there from Harper. Nice crafty little right uppercut on the inside.
Another good round, and how a crowd will really be loving this.
Okay. Good girl. 6 minutes left, all right?
Score, Joe.
I'd give her that.
Okay.
I've got her 4-3 up now, all right? Okay. Big breaths, all right? But what you're doing, the first 30 seconds, she's killing the clock, not doing anything, all right? Then you go in and you're landing, but then you're allowing her to come back and level it, all right? Okay? And like I said in the gym, you can't wait to let the shots go.
Yeah.
Right here, saying, throw the shots, claim her, throw the shot, spin her, and throw again as you three.
Close round. That was a lovely right hand from Harper, who took that, didn't she?
Yeah, I think so. There's good shots like that right hand in a close round. They're the ones that catch the eye.
Touch, fine. Shoot, one shot. Bring that right hook in as well. Come on.
Hands up. Round 8.
8 of 10. Women's boxing just going through the roof at the moment. Cecilia Braekhurst puts her undisputed welterweight title on the line in America next week against Jessica McCaskill. And of course, in a couple of weeks' time, a lovely shot from Natasha Jonas in the 8th, and she's holding on here, Terry Harper, and there's the power of Jonas. And look at this.
I think she's still a little
Harper there.
Yeah, I think she's still a little bit hurt here. She was the one who was looking to hold there in the exchange. Good combinations from Jonas. Again,
lovely left from Natasha Jonas. And Terry Harper in a spot of bother here in the 8th. She's got to regroup. Never been under this real pressure before as a pro. And Jonas is fighting the professional fight of her life here. She really is.
Yeah, big performance from Jonas. These are brilliant shots from her. That backhand is working a treat, and the right hook as well.
Walk it back.
2 weeks' time, Katie Taylor against Delphine Bassoon in this very ring. What a great advert for women's boxing this is. There's an order for that. Natasha Jonas swinging away. Good round for the Liverpool fighter.
Yeah, big round from Jonas. She's staying nice and tight as well defensively, nice and compact. Good left hooks to the body, good right hook upstairs. Really good work from Jonas. Big round from her.
These short, sharp shots from Jonas have been really accurate and really hurtful tonight.
Yeah, and that straight backhand as well has been a brilliant shot for her. Right from the very first round, she was landing it, but she's still landing it here in the 8th round with good accuracy.
Back comes Harper.
Tasha's holding for dear life. Go, there you go, good. You want to turn the screw, Tasha?
Turn the screw, Tasha, says Joe Gallagher.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I wonder what Terry Harper's thinking here. She's the younger fighter. She's the undefeated champion coming in, but Jonas boxing a great fight.
Big round for Jonas.
Sit up. Right, listen to me. You've got 2 rounds. Right? Keep calm. You've got 2 rounds. I know, yeah. One bad round, it don't mean anything. You've got to get rid of it soon. Let's get back long. Come on, sort yourself out now. You're better than this.
Mayer.
She's done.
Fantastic fighter and could be an opponent for one of these two down the line. What a really good fight this is.
Yeah, that right hook, she landed the left hand, and as she pulled out her range and Harper tried to come onto her, she just walked her onto the short right hook.
You landed 2
she
good
didn't
shots.
see that shot.
Time to cut
she
that
felt that
distance
one in her
and show us
toes.
the
Yeah, got it.
Good. Nothing reckless. Chin down in your exchanges.
Yep.
Count, tilt, counter.
Harper quick on her feet. Jonas using the full minute.
Round 9.
Last couple here. Championship rounds. WBC super featherweight crown on the line. It's been a cracker. Good jab from Harper. How close is it, Matt?
Well, I've got it level on my card. I think it's very close, and every round's been close as well. I think Jonas has good, fought so well on the inside. She's staying nice and compact. Good body shots, up, hooks, uppercuts, but it's that backhand that's the real damage shot. Oh, and a lovely right hook there from Jonas.
Beautiful shot. Harper still with a volume and still pumping out the punches and combinations. But every so often she's caught by something from Jonas, who's got these hooks down to a T. That sparring with Chantel Cameron. People thought she'd fade late on. Harper needs a big round, doesn't she?
Yeah, I think so. I think mentally and belief-wise, I think I'd rather be Natasha Jonas here. She's really looks comfortable in there, landing good uppercuts, good left hooks on the inside. I think her defenses are good. She's nice and compact.
Kept her composure with the cut eye. Harper still a whirlwind, bundles of energy, fit as anything, driving forwards. But Jonas has just taken her out of her rhythm, her usual fighting style behind the jab, and reminds me a little bit of Katie Taylor and Delphine Bassoon in the Garden last year. That she sort of dragged her in, Jonas, hasn't she?
Yeah, and I think she's having the better of the inside fight as well. She's those short uppercuts, those short hooks, the little left uppercut into the pit of the stomach, the body shots.
Brilliant ambassadors, these two. And a fabulous fight as our main event tonight in Fight Camp 2. Anything the guys can do, the women can do just as well, if not better. The egg and the cheese last week, Harper and Jonas tonight. Great fight.
Yeah, really good fight. This hasn't disappointed at all. Certainly saved the best to last tonight. That right hook. She's landing that lovely on the inside. She just steps out, a little half step out of the clinch and short right hook upstairs, finishing the combination, and she's having the final say on those exchanges.
You're sharp with your shots, you're landing the better shots, you're hitting on the target, all right? You're killing her with the body shots, and she's just wanting to hold. She don't know where to go. She never went for a walk that round.
Tony Duggan from Liverpool.
All right?
Fantastic, absolutely spot on you are.
And you're champion of the world.
What an advert for women's sport. We thought it would be good. It's been great. Terry Harper, Natasha Jonas. Final round, WBC super featherweight title on the line. Natasha Jonas rolling back the years. Terry Harper driving herself forward, desperate to cling on to her belt that she won only this year. But Jonas's inside work and her hooks and her power have been really impressive tonight.
Yep, two good right hooks, body and head there from Jonas, but Harper so determined, coming back, driving Jonas to the ropes.
Probably people split. Scoring this, 3 judges at ringside, John Latham, Ian John Lewis, Mark Lyson. It was so close last week, wasn't it, in the main event? This is what we want in Fight Camp, as the two of them just crack on and throw out the punches, the leather. Good work from Harper.
Yeah, Harper firing back with Jonas landing 2 good body shots and then finishing the combination with an uppercut through the middle. She landed that 3 times, snapping the head back of Harper, but Harper piling on here.
Yeah, good pressure from Terry Harper, who looked up to Natasha Jonas, was an idol. A great youth boxer that she walked away from the sport. Harper, back she's come. She's had a fantastic couple of years. Will she hold on to her world title?
Got to be close on the cards here. Harper really throwing everything into it. I wonder, does she feel she's behind?
30 seconds left. It's a good final round for Terry Harper. She's just pulling out so much here. Jonas has never been 10 rounds before. But it's been a brilliant performance from the Toxteth lady, the mother of Mila. She has backed up her words that she will give it everything in her world title opportunity. Will it be enough to win it? The bell goes. A fabulous advert for women's boxing. Natasha Jonas raises her arms and Joe Gallagher holds her aloft. Is she the new WBC super featherweight champion? And what a story it would be. Or will the judges favour Terry Harper from Dennerby, the champion? Rather subdued in that corner, the blue corner. But they must be mighty tired too. A draining and terrific to watch 10-rounder. 96-94 on your card to Natasha Jonas, and I think the quality of the Liverpudlian, the challenger tonight, in patches throughout each round, with her hooks, her inside work, her sharpness, absolutely fantastic. And I personally think Tasha deserves it.
I think her backhand was brilliant. She came out from the first ball and was accurate with it, body and head, but also that right hook. She landed that beautiful right hook, right uppercut combination on the inside. Was working a treat. She stayed nice and compact as well. A couple of times got caught pulling out, but you know, so did it. She landed those on Harper as well. Both girls made a couple of mistakes and got caught, but both girls were brilliant. It was a great fight. What an advert for women's boxing.
A huge embrace from the pair of them. Terrific. It's fantastic to see 2 brilliant women, and we will have a rematch surely of that, whichever way it goes. Has Harper held on to her world title, or is it going to Liverpool? Nervy moments for the fighters. John Latham Ian John Lewis and Mark Lyson. It's all about what they think, not what you think, Matt. Just an agonizing wait. Natasha Jonas very confident that she has done enough. Whatever happens, she's put on an incredible display as a big underdog. Harper raises her hand. So tense, Matt.
Yeah, very nerve-wracking there. It's such a close fight, such a hard-fought battle. It's a shame for whoever loses this because it was such a great battle. Got to be close.
Can hear the drone overhead, eerily quiet as we wait for David's announcement. She looks very confident, Natasha Jonas, that she's done enough.
Whatever happens, it was a brilliant performance from her. She certainly turned the clock back.
How close on the cards, here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 championship rounds here at Matchroom headquarters, we go to the judges' scorecards. Ian John Lewis, 96-94, Terry Harper.
By 2 to Harper.
John Latham, 96-95, Tasha Jonas.
1 each.
Mark Lyson scores this contest 95-95. We have a split draw.
They can't split them. One went for Jonas, one went for Harper. A split draw, and Terry Harper retains her world super featherweight title. It was mightily close. It was a great battle. Let's have a rematch, Matt.
Absolutely, would love to see that again. Great fight, hard fought, and high-tech stuff. Brilliant combinations. Tactically, you could see early doors it was more tactical. They were trying to lure the other one girl was trying to lure the other girl into making a mistake. She was firing back. They were trying to jockey for position within the ring, but then as they both got tired and went into the second half, it was more standing their ground, sitting in the pocket, staying tight and firing short combinations up the middle, body shots, uppercuts, that kind of stuff. So it had a bit of everything. Like I say, great work ethic from both girls, combinations, boxing ability, had a bit of everything. It was a great fight, so close, not surprised at all that it was a draw.
High quality, and women's sport just on the up, and it's fabulous to see. It really is brilliant. Live only on Sky Sports, the Women's Sport Debate Show. John Caroline Barker, Ebony Rainford-Brent, Emma Hayes. Big feature with Kate Rose, Justin's wife, as well. Don't miss that. Wednesday, 8 o'clock, live women's sport debate and the live reaction at 9. Remember Katie Taylor in a couple of weeks' time with that huge rematch against Delphine Persoon. Natasha